Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of You Live, You Learn podcast. My name is Matthew. I am the creator and the host of this here podcast. First and foremost, before starting this episode, I want to address something really quickly. A couple things that I want to note out. First of all, I want to apologize to you guys for not posting anything within the last, I want to say, few months, maybe more. I've been working now. I got a job now. I got a whole bunch of other things that I've been taking care of. I'm back to school now. I'm officially a college student now. There's a whole lot of things have been going on in my life, but the biggest thing that has happened recently, I think you guys will notice in the episode, is that about a month or so ago, I was in an accident at my job. So for those of you that don't know what I do, I am a umpire for an adult softball league, and at my job I was in the middle of umpiring a game. I had just started, and unfortunately one of the players let go of the bat. Keep in mind, this was an adult, like a 40-year-old something looking adult. This guy let go of the bat accidentally. It slipped out of his hands and it went directly to me, and it hit me in the face. So because of this, as a result, I lost I didn't lose 3 teeth, but 3 of my teeth were affected. They were impacted. So I don't know if you guys can see it right now, right here. But one of my tooths actually went up like that. I'm actually having a hole. I have a hole in my teeth. And 2 of my teeth are now sticking outwards, so I gotta go get that checked out with the dentist, unfortunately. But also, as a result, you guys will be hearing a lot of S's, and there'll be some words that I might pronounce and you guys might not understand it very well. So I want to go ahead and apologize for that in advance. But with that said, I'm going to do my absolute best to give you guys a banger of an episode, and hope you guys enjoyed today's show. This will probably take me about 6 months to a year to recover. At least that's what the doctors are saying so far. I got my appointment scheduled already for this month of October, which, by the way, other thing I wanted to note out, happy fall, happy October, everybody. We're officially 3 months. There's only 3 months left till 2024 ends, I believe. Yeah, October, November, December. Only 3 months left till 2024 is over. So it's crazy to think about that. But yeah, unfortunately, I've been going through a lot, and I just hope you guys are having a great fall. Hope you guys are having a great season so far. But with that said, let's go ahead and dive into the episode, and I'm gonna do my best to give you guys the best episode that you guys possibly, can enjoy. So with that said, let's roll the intro and let's get started.
If I could take you up in boom, 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 tell me I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream. Ding dong, plans would come true. Ding dong, and my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Hello again, shaboom, and hoping we meet again.
So basically, like I mentioned before, I was in an accident. This happened to me on September 20th. So yeah, it's been about a month ago since this happened. It happened so fast, and a lot of people ask me, like, till this day, like, oh, like, what happened? And it's been pretty tiring of explaining exactly what happened. So that's why I also want to make it, publicly known to you guys, so that way you guys know what happened. Also, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys that follow me on, social media, on Instagram, you guys probably have noticed something wrong with my mouth or something wrong with my speaking, my speech. So just so that way you guys know, because in future episodes, until this is fixed, this is how I'm gonna, be talking now, and will be basically, sounding like for the rest of the episodes. So, however, like I said, this is only a temporary thing. This is just until the doctors can fix up whatever, is wrong with my teeth. Who knows? I might come back with gold teeth. That would be awesome. I'll be freaking amazing, honestly. But it is gonna cost a lot of money. Aside from that, though, like I mentioned in the introduction, I am officially a college student now. I've graduated from high school about in May of 2024. So I mean, it's been a few months now since I graduated. But hey, I'm officially a college student now, so it's been not difficult, but really just like the transition from being a high school student to a college student. It's been a little bit weird. For those of you guys that follow me on Twitch, which by the way, if you guys haven't already, I am a Twitch streamer. You guys can check me out, Mr. Random _7 or 77. I can never remember. But if you guys want to go check me out and watch me stream some gameplay, I have been streaming recently. Honestly, I've been doing that more than I've been doing this, but I've been trying to take advantage of the time that I have here. And so if you guys want to go ahead and check me out on that, please do so. Like I said, it's Mr. Random _7 if you guys want to go check me out. But on the stream, one time I did a stream with my cousin, Mr. Isaac Gutierrez, Mr. IG Gaming 27. Shout out to you, by the way. He was on the stream with me, and we were actually doing a live episode. So technically, this episode will be number 12. But unfortunately, due to the fact that I didn't download the live stream, at least I don't think, I could check, but because I didn't download the episode, I didn't save it basically. So I gotta, so technically this is episode 11. This will be the actual like published version of an episode, so for you guys to and listen and enjoy at any time. So with that said, like on the stream, I was talking about how my transition from a high school student to a college student, how weird it's been. It's been weird because a lot of like, and I think a lot of high school students can relate to me, like those of you guys who are listening right now. A lot of the high school students, we're so used to like just people, the teachers, telling us what to do and just basically being told what to do, like getting instructions out. Sorry, I hit my tooth. Basically getting instructions on what to do exactly. However, in college it's different. Now, listen up, high school students, class of 2025 or whatever, all the seniors out there that are currently seniors that are soon to graduate. In college, it's different. And a lot of college students can relate to me. Not only do you technically get told what to do, you are obligated to understand what it is you need to do. The teachers are not going to come to you and be like, hey, do you have questions about this or that? Or hey, do you need help with this? Do you need help with that? You have to speak up and go to the teachers yourself. And I think it was a little tough for me to do that because a lot of my classes are online. I mean, 2 of my classes I go in person and 2 of my classes I do online. But like I said, for the most part, it's been a weird transition. However, we're already in like a few weeks in, I think, or about a month now into the school year. So I've kind of got it already down, and I already understand my schedule and what it looks like and things like that. So I will say the best thing right now about being a college student is just having the free time. The amount of free time that you do have between like a college student and a high school student. This is for community college students, by the way. If you're going to a university, it's a whole different scenario. But the free time that you have between a college student and a high school student, it's completely different. I mean, you don't have to be at a place for 6 straight hours. You can just be there for like a few hours and you're done for the day. That's for community colleges. Now, universities, that's a different thing. I'm pretty sure universities, there's like much more stuff you got to do, much more projects, much more assignments. I would know this because my girlfriend, which by the way, shout out to you, baby, if you're watching or if you're listening. My girlfriend, she goes to a university and she always telling me, that it's just a lot that they give her and she has a lot to do. And on top of that, she has work and stuff like that. And she's living by herself. So it's like, it's a lot for a university student, especially when you're doing out of state. The reason why I decided to go to a community college, and I mean, I'm technically still living here with my parents, is because, well, first of all, I know that I can rely on my parents right now, especially at 18 years of age. You're still kind of expected to rely on your parents. You don't have to, but it's best, I want to try to stay financially stable as much as I can. After my 2 years are done at a community college, I do plan on transferring to a university, which is why I recommend to those, high school students who are indeed going to graduate this coming up year. If you are planning to go to a university, you need to start saving up as much as you can. It is very, very, very important that you do so, because by the time you get out of high school and by the time you start your university, you should be at least able to somewhat finance your housing or something like that. I understand that it's very difficult nowadays, especially with our society. A lot of jobs are not, are looking for certain expertise, are looking for certain people that, it's hard to get jobs nowadays, which is another thing that I want to talk about. I'll talk about in a minute. You need to save up money as a high school student when you're a junior or a senior. Junior or senior year is the best time to start saving up money and try to get ready for when you go to college. I had money saved up, but not enough, which is why I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to community college and I will try to save up more money as much as I can, because when it comes to housing, when you go to a university, especially when you go out of state, or even if it's in-state obviously will be more cheaper, but if it's out of state, it's gonna definitely be more expensive. So depending on the situation that you want to do, if you choose an in-state college, a lot of colleges, the tuition and the housing, all that stuff will be less. So, however, you're still expected to pay it, regardless of how much it is. So, as to not really rely on, on your parents, because once you get out of high school, you're an independent, you're an adult now. You know what I mean? You have to, be on top of your stuff. So that's what I'm saying. All the high school students that are going to graduate this coming up year, please pay attention. You need to start saving money if you plan on going to college, regardless of whether it's community college, out of state or in-state university, UC, it doesn't matter what it is, but you need to start saving up money. I can guarantee you that if you start saving up money now, by the time you're 21 or by the time you're, in your 20s, your mid 20s, you will have so much money and you will probably be able to afford a house, a couple houses, whatever it is. So to help you guys prevent going through the same problems, I would recommend trying to save up money ASAP. Like I said, everybody's situation is different. Everybody is, completely different. Everybody, has different scenarios. But like I said, I would highly recommend you at least saving up somewhat of money. Any sort of money that you can get. If you can just do your best to save that money instead of spending it, I would recommend it. But yeah, like I said, college is weird, man. College is completely different. It's, it's much more, it's better. Like I said, it's completely better. I think it's better. I know a lot of people are always saying like, college isn't worth it, that you don't need a college degree. You can get famous or you can get money, whatever, without having to go to college. And although that may be true, I highly recommend getting a college degree, whatever it is, a bachelor's or whatever it is. I recommend getting it just like in case of you ever do decide to end up applying at a job that does require a bachelor's. You don't have to go to school when you're 30 or 40 years old, because you already completed it at a young age. At 30 or 40 years old, you should already be like, well, I know I'm capable of applying this job, even though it requires a bachelor's degree. I have one already. I completed it a long time ago. Imagine you're 30 or 40 years old and you're like, hey, I want to apply at, I don't know, Apple as a marketer or something, whatever. You want to do something like that. But Apple, and I'm just going off a hunch here, Apple is like, nah, like we only accept people who have a bachelor's degree in this or a bachelor's degree in that. And you don't have one. Imagine freaking the process that you're gonna have to go through just to get that job. Or imagine how sucky it's gonna be when that is the case and you're like, oh damn, I can't apply at this job and they pay really good. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like I hope you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say, but it's true. That's like, what I recommend in situations like that. Even though people do say, like I said, people are always saying like, you don't need it, you don't need that, but it's important to have one in case of you ever, decide to applying at a job that's just like, like I want to go there and things like that. It's been a lot, man. Like I said, with that, I've been streaming more often. I've been trying to do better things. If you guys don't know already, or if you guys haven't recognized already, I've been trying to do some couple different things with the podcast, like different setups, as you guys can tell. different microphones. I've been trying to use different microphones to try to see if find ways. Basically, give you guys a better experience as the audience. I want to be able to help you guys improve or help you guys like listen better. You know what I mean? Give you guys that better quality. I'm just trying to develop and adapt. So, like I said, please excuse me or I'm sorry if I haven't posted lately. It's just I've been trying to improve. You know what I mean? And on top of that, for those of you guys that don't know already, I am actually part of a music group. I'm part of a music group called Requinto Dorado. If you guys want to go ahead and check us out on Instagram, YouTube, or anything like that, Facebook, TikTok, we're all on there. You just search up Requinto Dorado. I'll put what's it called? I'll put the name right here, the title. If you guys want to go check us out, the links, I'll put them in the description, whatever. But if you guys want to go check us out, you guys want to hire us, all our information, you guys can DM us there on Instagram, all things like that. It's we basically play like a whole bunch of like Mexican regional music, or sometimes we do play English songs. We have English songs that people can enjoy, and a lot of dancing songs if you guys like to dance, party music, all that type of stuff. So if you guys want to go ahead and check us out, be sure to check us out. And but yeah, I think that's enough for about me so far. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next topic that I wanted to talk about. So like I said, going back to our society and how hard it is for students to get jobs, or specifically kids at ages like 16 to 18. And I know this myself because it was pretty difficult for me to get a job at first. So that's the other thing that I wanted to talk about our society. So I wish I had somebody else with me to help me explain, to help me understand. But tell me why, like, a whole bunch of jobs are just like always posting like, oh, now hiring or looking for people, right? They're always saying like, we're looking for people with this sort of expertise or that sort of expertise. And a lot of students, who are looking for jobs are like, oh, I fall under this qualifications. And then they don't get accepted because of stupid reasons. Somebody explain to me how the heck that makes sense. That is the problem with our society. A lot of jobs who are looking for certain people who so happen to find that person with that sort of qualifications and still don't accept them because of whatever reason. I don't understand it. Like just the other, like I have a friend who's 18 years old. He's currently looking for a job, but he said he's applied everywhere, basically everywhere, and he cannot like land on a certain job because nobody wants to accept him. Why? I have no idea. There's always some random reason. But like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. Even myself too. After this, like I said, after whatever happened to my mouth, I don't expect to go back to my old job. As a matter of fact, I'm in the process of trying to look for a different job to get some side money. But all the jobs that I've applied to they don't want to accept. They just don't want to accept, and I don't understand why. I really don't understand why. But it's something that the job industry, they just need to fix. Like they really do need to fix. That's why I'm like trying to develop more on this sort of area. Like I'm like trying to develop my podcast, my streaming, trying to do better on my gigs when I play with my music or with my group, because those are the only things that I can rely on right now to hopefully someday make some money. But the only way that I can do this is if I continue. So it's a whole process. But even then, like I said, just going back to the jobs, it's just I don't get it, man. I really don't. By the way, I want to take a moment to basically send out prayers to all the people out in Southwest Florida. Prayers to you guys, man, to all the people out there. I hope you guys are doing okay, and with the whole Hurricane Milton and things like that, and just all the disasters that occurred from it. I hope you guys are doing okay. Prayers to you guys. For those of you guys that do want to know the current status, till this day, they're still continuing to deal with Hurricane Milton. They say at least 14 people are confirmed dead. The National Guard search crews have rescued 100 plus people as of right now. Nearly 300 shelters are open. People in Orlando are being asked to conserve water as the city's water reclamation is at a capacity. this can happen due to a heavy rainfall or other storm impact. So, like I said, if you guys are out there in Florida, be safe, be as dry as you can. Just be careful out there, man, because it's crazy. I literally saw a photo or saying that the Tampa Bay Rays baseball team, their stadium, their whole freaking roof came off, bro. It's like the whole thing like came off, and it's just freaking like scary. Like I did not think it was capable of doing something like that. But yeah. And you know, speaking of baseball, why don't we talk a little bit about sports? So let's get into sports. This is the topic, honestly, that I've been waiting for, because I have a whole bunch of stats and a whole bunch of things that I want to talk about. Since we're already on the topic about baseball and the Tampa Bay Rays, let's talk about the 2024 MLB postseason. So the other day, Yankees and Guardians went at each other for the American League Championship Series. The Yankees currently lead that series. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely think that the Yankees have a better path this year. I was watching a couple of videos, and, you know, compared to last year, Yankees have always had it hard to make it to the World Series. They've had chances to make it to the World Series, but they've never had an easier chance than they do this year. So the last time that they made a World Series appearance was in 2009 against the Philadelphia Phillies. They actually won 4-2, and I guess they took home the trophy. So yeah, so that was the last time the Yankees went to the World Series. Like I said, compared to the past year, I remember when they had Aroldis Chapman as a closer, and it was just brutal for the Yankees. It was brutal to be a Yankees fan. They had the opportunity to go to the World Series, but ended up choking when they put in Aroldis Chapman. You know, I remember that watching that game. I think it was game 7 of the American League Championship Series. It was the Houston Astros versus the Yankees. They played the 7th game. The Yankees, I think, were up by like 3 or 4 runs, and they put in Aroldis Chapman. It was I think it was bottom of the 9th, I think, and they just had to freaking get 3 shots and they were done. But unfortunately, the Yankees just always have like this problem with luck, and they always seem to end up choking. So, but this year, I think it's different. The Yankees definitely have a better chance at making it to the World Series and hopefully winning the World Series. Honestly, I want the Yankees to win this year. I would definitely want the Yankees. I always say that if the Giants don't make it to the playoffs, I want the Yankees to make it to the playoffs. And for the most part, they've always done so. It's just that I've always wanted them to win the World Series. So hopefully they can do it this year. You know, we'll see if they can. I think, like, for instance, in the previous game, their pitching, they actually had Garrett Cole starting off in the mound. He pitched for 4.1 innings. He allowed 6 hits, 2 runs, had 2 earned runs. He walked four batters and only had 4 strikeouts. Garrett Cole, like, is a really good pitcher. I think he just has to deal. I was watching the game yesterday, and a lot of his pitches were just almost everywhere. I'm not sure exactly what the strategy was there, but a lot of his pitches were just like super high and super low, and for the most part, the fastball, I mean, is his secret weapon. I think the fastball has been doing great for him, but he's just got to have better control, honestly. You guys can go ahead and catch the game on TBS, truTV, or HBO Max. The location, like I said, they'll be playing in Progressive Field. The Yankees are in favor to win the game, which, like I said, if they do, I wouldn't be surprised. If their highlight players like Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Jazz Chisholm, all of them, if they can pop off, and if Garrett Cole and the bullpen can freaking, do well, I definitely think that they'll freaking do amazing. So we'll see how that goes. Now, looking on the other side, on the National League, we got the National League Championship Series. We got the Dodgers going up against the Mets. Possibility a Subway Series in the World Series, who knows? I kind of have the Dodgers and the Yankees going up against each other in the World Series, but that's just me. I'll explain why in a minute. Francisco Lindor has been an absolute monster as a leadoff hitter for the Mets. And not only was the Mets hitting going off, but the pitching also did phenomenal. Their starter, Sean Manaea, who, by the way, was a previous Giants pitcher. I don't know why Giants decided to give him away, but whatever. Sean Manaea, he pitched for 5 innings. He allowed only 2 hits, allowed 3 runs, had 2 earned runs, gave up 1 home run against Max Muncy in the 5th inning, and allowed 4 walks and struck out 7 Dodgers hitters. probably one of the best starts for Sean Manaea. The Mets are in favor to win the game, so if you guys want to go ahead and check that game out, they'll be passing it on Fox Sports 1. I will definitely be watching that game. I'm excited for that game. I hope that the Mets can pull off a victory over the Dodgers. I hope that the Mets can pull the series over the Dodgers. However, do I think that will happen? Probably not. I think the Dodgers will definitely win the series because I think the Dodgers have it easier, and I think they just like overall have better players than the Mets. And just, I mean, even though, you know, like I said, as a Giants fan, it sucks for me to admit it, but it's true. I think Dodgers definitely have it better than the Mets, and I think it'll be easier for the Dodgers to get the win over the Mets and win the series to go on to the World Series. So I guess the biggest question right now that I'm pretty sure all of you guys have is, who do I think will win the World Series and why? Well, first off, I think it will be the Yankees or the Dodgers. That's my prediction right now, and I'm saying it right now. I think it'll be Yankees and Dodgers in the World Series. The Yankees and Dodgers have not met in the World Series since 1981. So since 1981, the Dodgers and the Yankees have not seen each other in the World Series. So I think this will be the first rematch since then, and that would be a phenomenal World Series in my opinion. I do want the Yankees to win the World Series. I want the Yankees to beat the Dodgers. If it does come down to that, if it comes down to a Subway Series between the New York Yankees and the New York Mets, I still want the Yankees to win the World Series. I want the Yankees to win them all. I think they have a better chance of winning it just because they have overall better players, they have better pitching, they just have better everything. I think the Yankees have a better probability of winning the World Series, and I'm saying that right now. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on right now with the MLB postseason. But with that said, going over to other sports, Week 7 matchup in the NFL. All my NFL fans, my football fans, my football fanatics out there. All times that I'll be giving, I'm going to be giving times about the games are going to be on PST, Pacific Standard Time. So we got the Patriots at Jaguars at 6:30 in the morning. Lions and Vikings at 10 in the morning, which, by the way, if you guys have not heard, Lions are extending McNeil for 4 years, $55 million guaranteed. The Titans and Bills at 10 a.m., which, by the way, Josh Allen gets his wide receiver. Bills receive wide receiver Amari Cooper from the Cleveland Browns. And not only do they get Amari Cooper, but they also get 2025 6th-round pick. I have no idea why the Browns thought that this was a good trade, especially with their situation. I mean, the Browns, you know, Amari Cooper is one of the best wide receivers that they have on their team. I don't know why, but, you know, I guess they accepted it. I guess in return, they're going to get a 2025 3rd-rounder and a 2026 7th-rounder. So, I don't know. Browns will be going against Bengals in Cleveland at 10 a.m. as well, if you guys want to go check out that game. Aside from that, though, Dolphins and Colts will be going against each other at 10 a.m. Seahawks at Falcons at 10 a.m. Texans and Packers at 10 a.m. Eagles and Giants at 10 a.m. Raiders and the Rams will be playing at 1:05 p.m. PST. Tom Brady is now part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. He will take a 5% stake in the Raiders, and this is coming off the approval that he got from the owners of the Raiders. It was approved. So Tom Brady is now part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't know why Tom Brady wanted to be part of, ownership of the Las Vegas Raiders. And it's just, it's a little confusing to me, but, it's whatever. Not only is Tom Brady part owner of the Las Vegas Raiders, but looks like the Raiders have officially lost Davante Adams. Davante Adams if you guys don't remember, Davante Adams requested a trade not long ago, and it looks like he got what he wanted. Davante Adams is now officially reunited with Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams reunite. For those of you guys that didn't see, the NFL Fox posted an Instagram post with informative and very detailed stats, actually. When Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams were playing together in Green Bay, they had 622 total receptions, 7,590 receiving yards, and 69 touchdowns together. How much will they have in New York? I have no idea, but I know for a fact that the Jets aren't going to be the same as well without Robert Saleh. I think that's how you pronounce his name. The New York Jets fired Robert, got Davante Adams, and now it's just like, like you don't know exactly what's gonna happen. But hey, we'll see what happens when they go up against Steelers at 5:20 p.m. on Sunday football. Aside from that, though, Panthers and Commanders will be going against each other at 1:05 p.m. PST. Chiefs and the 49ers are going against each other at 1:25 p.m. PST, the 2024 Super Bowl rematch. This is America's game of the week. As a matter of fact, 49ers are in favor to win, but they were in favor to win as well in the 2024 Super Bowls, or 2023 Super Bowl, technically. So will the Niners be able to get their revenge? I'm not too sure, but hey, with the Niners, a lot of injuries that they've had to deal with. It sucks, and as a Niners fan, I hope that the Niners come up top for real. But yeah, and then if we look over on Monday Night Football, we got the Ravens at Buccaneers at 5:15 p.m. Chargers at Cardinals at 6 p.m. So a lot of good stuff coming up. Week 7 matchup. A lot of good, a lot of good matchups, if we're being honest. So with that said, that is enough talk about sports for today's episode. We're going to be moving on towards the last topic of today's episode. Before I wrap things up, I want to go ahead and talk about a topic very sensitive, but also very important. As you guys know, or as you guys are aware, towards every single episode that I do, I try to give you guys some advice, just something so that way you guys can take away from my episode, from my podcast, from my show. So this topic, it revolves around the idea of remaining silent when time gets tough. So I've noticed recently a lot in society, a lot of people have had difficulties of trying to open up, trying to express to people, trying to talk to people about their emotions, about how they feel in certain scenarios, in certain situations. I'm here to tell you that your voice matters, and it matters to everybody, no matter what your opinion is. A lot of people don't tend to make certain decisions because they're afraid of the outcome that might come from it. A lot of people tend to make decisions only because they think that it's the safest decisions. For instance, somebody can feel like they should say something about a certain topic, but they'd rather not say anything because they don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, or they don't want people to look at them any sort of differently. I would fall under this sort of category because I used to be this way. Growing up, it was very tough for me to express the way I feel towards my parents, towards my friends, towards, my teachers, anybody that I felt the need that needed to know about how I felt about certain things. And I'm here to tell you right now that do not let your mindset make the decisions for you. Do not let your mindset, your weak mindset, make or allow you to tell you to do things only because you think it's the safest option. The safest option might not be the best option. And in my opinion, I think your best option would be the best option that comes from your heart, and the sort of option that you feel like can have some sort of impact on another person. So for instance, me deciding to make a podcast only because I feel like I could use it to be a platform to help and connect others. That's why I decided to make the podcast. I didn't overthink it, which I think is what a lot of people have problems with, which is overthinking. I didn't overthink it, and I simply just committed to it. And hopefully I've been able to accomplish what I set out to accomplish. A lot of people, like going back onto the overthinking, a lot of people tend to overthink the decisions that they make, or tend to overthink their options. And so they'll choose the easiest option. But I'm here to tell you that sometimes the easiest option might not be the best option. So if you ever feel the need to speak up about something, please do so, about anything. Don't be afraid to voice out your opinions. Don't be afraid to voice out, what it is that you're feeling, because what you're feeling is very important. Your emotions as a human is very important in this world. It's very important to everybody. It's very important to me, even if it's something that I don't understand. Like, I enjoy hearing everybody's opinions about certain things, because this world is filled with different opinions, and it's important to hear them all. However, I will say I know a lot of people who are silent, who stay silent, have been resulted in depression. Now, I'm going to share with you a source of information, a piece of information that I got from a certain source. And it says about 2/3 of people who complete suicide are depressed at the time of their death. About 7 out of every 100 men and 1 out of every 100 women who have been diagnosed with depression in their lifetime will go on to complete suicide. Now, the reason why I shared this sort of piece of information with you guys is because people who tend to become depressed are mainly the ones who become silent. They don't share their feelings, they don't share how they feel. So I tell you this right now, if you're ever feeling depressed or ever feeling the thought of suicide, please, I ask you and I beg for you to reach out for help. Reach out for those, people who you can rely on, the hotline, anything like that, any sort of place that you can get help. Use your resources, please. Never forget that you're not alone. We're all here for you. We're all the same person. We all live on the same earth. We go through somewhat the same things. We all believe in somewhat the same things. So please, if you ever feel alone, please reach out to somebody and please reach out for some help. And your friends, your family are always going to be there for you. I know everybody has different situations and everybody, this world is filled with crazy, dangerous stuff. But hey, at the end of the day, we still have each other. We still have, one another to rely on. So please reach out for help. And like I said, open up about how you feel. Open up about how you feel, what you're thinking of, because that's the only way that you're gonna adapt and you're gonna grow better as a human, and you're gonna find peace with yourself and peace within this world and peace within your relationships. So yes, if you ever feel the need to open up about anything, please be sure to open it to somebody. And remember, silence solves nothing. So with that said, I appreciate everybody to listening to today's episode. Thank you so much for listening to You Live, You Learn podcast. This has been You Live, You Learn podcast, created by me, Matthew. I am your host, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much, y'all. Peace.